Hey YouTube, how you going? Welcome to another video. If you watch my previous video, you'll know I'm still kind of looking into a lot of these front-end tools, and none of them really seem to do exactly what I want them to be able to do, which is bring an existing full-stack project into. So for now, what we're going to do is keep using a variety of different tools and just kind of cut and pasting between things. One of the core pieces of functionality that I do want to add is the ability to filter by folders and by tags. Currently, I mean, we've only got one tag in this example, but you do have the ability to filter by tags in our application. I think building it out to have the folders will help. So we're going to tackle that, and then after that, I might also then work on this toggle functionality to be able to display our source types, because we don't currently have that in our application as well. Then, you know, still some tidying up to do on the front end and that. But for now, I want to get this functionality working because we do already have our get all folders API endpoint. So what I did is I went ahead and just asked Claude to take the example that I gave it from bolt.new and to prepare some code. Kind of didn't really understand what I wanted to do straight away. For example, you know, gave an example, contained a component. Obviously, we don't want examples, we want actual code. But then I said, you know, hey, provide all the code, and here we go. So we're going to have a new component for our filtering. So what I'll do is I'll bring our code base over here. And this is going to sit in components, and it's going to be called filter section. So filter section. And we can just copy and paste that directly into our app. And then we're also going to have a filter sidebar. And then we need a filter sidebar container. And I know as we're kind of going through this, one of the things that I do need to get around to is kind of compartmentalizing a lot of this front-end code, similar to what we've been doing with our back-end code, because this component is going to get quite unwieldy pretty quickly. And then we need to update the dashboard component to use the new filter sidebar. So I think if my assumption is correct, we are probably getting rid or no longer using our existing sidebar module. So let me just check that. Tag sidebar. Tag side. Yeah, so here's our existing tag sidebar. And nice grid. Okay. Yeah, just bring this over here. Kind of didn't keep a lot of the existing structure of the dashboard. So I'm just going to prompt it to do that. So here is our existing dashboard, and please update it to use the new filter functionality. Can you also advise this new functionality is replacing our old tag sidebar? Just ask it to clarify that. Then we also do need to update our use notes, which we'll do in a second. Yeah, so we are replacing the old tag sidebar functionality. And then, yeah, cool. So it's bringing in, yeah, great. So one of the main things I noticed was missing is just, previously it didn't have the is loading state, so if it can't immediately get the data because it's loading, we don't obviously want there to be some error on the front end. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste this, save that, and then we need to update a couple other things. So in our use notes functionality, which is going to be in notes, use notes. So at the moment we get tags, but we don't get folders, so we need to bring that in. Tags and tag length, so we need to bring in folders, and then try API get clients, pass in params, response to, get rid of this, get rid of this, why didn't I like that? Sure, use notes, use query, so tags, okay, we just need to also join by our folder. and bring in folders. Yeah. And change our fetch note here. Alright, then we just need to run a couple of commands to install some components. Hopefully we don't have issues with this. Okay, sorry, just had to pause. Okay, let's try and install this. So, for some reason, Claude always gives the incorrect syntax for that npx command. Okay, and then let's go add scroll area. We should already have button. Scroll area already exists, so no. Cool. Where are we? Alright, so come over here, refresh. Do I have any errors? Okay. Don't know why that took so long. New folder. I think they're all in new folder. New tag. Okay, so what we should do is create a new note. We'll call this test note 5. Oops. And we'll call this test notes. Just got one. Test tag 1. Next. Still have the issue where the dashboard doesn't refresh. Okay, so test note 1. Okay, the filtering isn't working. The tag filtering works, but filtering by folders doesn't. Okay, great. Maybe that's an error on my part, so let me just double check the logic. So use notes. Bring this over here because I didn't cut and paste the whole functionality. So fetch notes, tags, folders, page, params page, tags, tag length, params.tag, params folders, folders.join, response, notes.get all, pass in the params, response.data is returned, use notes, tags, folders, page, use query, query key, tags.join, folders.join, fetch notes, tags, folders, and page. Let's just double check. Get all notes. Where are we? Controller. We don't actually pass in folder. So let's double check. Folder. So tags. So we just pass in folder, and then we only have one folder, so we don't need folder. Find. Not too sure about the syntax. Right, so then this pass calls get all notes. select. Doesn't have folder schema. I'm not 100% sure if that's correct, so let's try. If not, we'll just get okay, so it doesn't work. So what we'll do is we'll just quickly ask, can you please I didn't realize our get all company. Right, so in our services tags, yeah, so we do, sorry, this should be folders. I think we're going to get it off the extended company model tags, folders, folder name. And then now query filters. Who's calling me now? Sorry, this has been a very disrupted video. Joys of having kids. Okay, so from here, let's save that, and then in our GetNotes utilities, we have our query builder, and we need to update this too. So folders, status tags folder.length. Okay, and then in our validation chains, query status tags folders, save, and then in the use notes hook on our front end, notes, use notes, we have added folders, all params, data, folders, yep. Is that still not working? Is passing in correctly? So let's just check our controller. We hadn't updated this to folders. So it's passing it in from the front end, not being picked up correctly on the back end. We should be able to do this. Probably worth putting undefined because you can have an undefined. Why doesn't like that? Tags. Okay, folders. Okay. Bring this over here. So we've got test note. Then if we select both those, should be both, and then we should be able to do like test tag 1. And cool. It's got the double level of filtering. It hasn't added the little color circle icon. So if we look here, we have these like little circle icons. So that's going to be in our filter sidebar. And then button, tags, div. icon. Let's so our tags model doesn't have a color. Okay, so we don't have colors on that yet. Might need to update that at some point, but our source type does. Okay, so what else? It's got little icons. It does have a nice little hover effect, so that's not too bad. And it's working as intended. So pretty happy with that. I'll wrap this video up in terms of working on the front end. I've got to take a break because my lunch break is coming to an end, and I'll come back to this at another point in time. And I think we might look at tidying up a little bit more of the front end because yeah, this button's in a weird spot. This is kind of in a weird spot. And also be able to toggle and see our source types. And then when you're on sources, maybe this left-hand thing only shows the different source types, so you can toggle the source types to see your sources. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.